Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Heart to Hands Happy Hour Trivia. Today, our panel discussion will be about linkage to care and everything that linkage to care does and the different steps of linkage to care. So make sure you sit back, relax, and make sure you pay attention because we will go live. Well, we will post questions on Friday. We will not be going live on Tuesday and Thursday as normally because this is a pre-recorded panel discussion. But we will have our trivia game on Friday, so be sure that you pay attention and listen carefully. Um, on Friday, we will post our game day trivias on Friday at 12 on Instagram as usual, and Friday at 1 on Facebook as usual. And before I get started, everyone, Happy New Year. And if you're not familiar with Heart to Hand, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Heart to Hand. Heart to Hand is a 501c3 community-based public health organization. We're located in Largo, Maryland. We provide support services to those living with HIV and other sexually transmitted infections. We are the leading provider in Prince George's County, and we're located in Largo, Maryland. We do have several psychosocial support groups. We have a men's group, we have a women's group, and we also have a transitional youth group as well. And also, we are mailing out condoms, condom kits, and we also are mailing out our rapid or quick at home HIV test kits. So if you or anybody in the DMV area, that's DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia, if anyone is interested in that, you can look on our social media pages. You can go to our Instagram page or our Facebook page and click on the Linktree link, and they'll take you to where you need to go. Or else you can go to our website, which is hearttohandinc.org, and you can also find it on there as well. But today we're gonna go and talk about linkage to care and what we do and the different steps. I know you're familiar with both of us. I'm Kaniya Walker. I'm the lead linkage to care navigator. Also, I have Jalynn. She's the linkage to care navigator. So I guess we can get started.
Okay, so hey everyone, Happy New Year as well. We wanted to kick off the year kind of explaining what we do as a team at Linkage to Care. So when you do come into Heart to Hand, or if you see us out, we're usually the first people that you see when it comes to Heart to Hand in general. And we usually provide a service called HERR. So HERR stands for Health Education and Risk Reduction. And we use this by providing you all with education and increasing your knowledge, hopefully, about STIs, services, and just prevention overall. And then we imply risk reduction when we get through the testing series as well. So Kaniya, did you want to add anything to that when we do health education and risk reduction?
Actually, yes. So even though most of the time, majority of the time, depends on how much space we have and how everything is set up. Normally, you would be with Jalynn first to get HERR, Health Education and Risk Reduction. Also, once you come in to one of the testers, we'll give you a little bit more personal one-on-one HERR as well. So that's basically it. So once you go through, oh, well, let's take it back first. So while you're doing the HERR, the Health Education Risk Reduction, you would be filling out our EIS forms. And those are forms that you fill out just so we can get your demographic information. It pretty much asks, what's your risk, your risk factors. It'll ask you your name, your address, phone number, how you would like to be contacted. Have you ever been tested before, and how long ago were you tested? So, we need your zip code so we can kind of determine on, which zip codes in the Prince George's County area, need the most attention. So those are the EIS forms. So once you fill out Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I also wanted to say with the EIS form too is like it helps us tailor the way we do provide HERR to you. So if we know your risk, we know how to educate you within that aspect as well.
Correct. So once you do the HERR, you go through, you fill out the EIS form, and you be filling out your EIS form where where you're getting the HERR. Then you'll come in to the testing. And normally when I'm testing, I ask you how you doing. I ask you, when the last time you was tested, were you positive or were you negative? And I also just kind of talk to you about, and I ask you, do you use condoms? Do you need any condoms? And based upon your risk factors, which the risk factors are, MSM, men sleeping with men, heterosexual, perinatal if you was born with it, or intravenous intravenous drug user, which means do you use needles to do drugs. So depending on which one you check, that is how I base, my HERR when you come and get tested upon your response to that. So when you come in, you get tested. I asked you a couple of questions like, are you an IV drug user? I asked you, have you had any water to make sure that you're hydrated, make sure I can get blood and everything. And what we use the Insti HIV-1, HIV-2 antibody test, and that's the rapid test. It normally takes like 2 to 3 minutes for your results to come on. So as it's just a finger prick. I prick your finger, and it's a little small tube. We just need a couple of drops of blood, and then once we get a couple of drops of blood, we have like a little round little what you want to call it, like it's at the base part of the test. So we have 3 different bottles. We'll put the blood in the one bottle, mix it together. Then we'll put the blood into the little round thing that's going to show you your results. So we'll put the blood in there. Then we'll put in the blue solution. The blue solution is what activates the test. And then we'll put in the clear solution, which that kind of just clears it up so you can see your test results. And 1 dot would mean that you're negative, and 2 dots would mean that you're positive. So if you were to get 2 dots stating that you're positive, then we would fill out a referral form for you to come into the office to get a confirmatory test done. And a confirmatory test, that's basically a test that you would get to confirm that you are positive, but there would be blood work. It wouldn't be just a finger prick. It wouldn't be rapid. There would be blood work that you have to get sent off to a lab and get back just to confirm that you are actually positive. Anything you want to add to that?
No, that's essentially the process. And then during this process, we're just kind of getting a gauge and learning who you are as a person sexually and just generally so we can tailor the experience so you are just comfortable, like Kaniya mentioned. So, yeah.
They were also once you get your test results, normally the way that I do it, I let you see your results before I see your results. And then after that, I actually, if you have any questions, also, if you need condoms, lube, or anything like that, we always have condoms and lube available to use if that's something that you need. We have all types of condoms and lube. We have insertables, female condoms / insertables. We'll have dental dams. We'll have water-based lube, silicone-based lube. We'll have all types of condoms, latex-free condoms, magnums. Then we got some new condoms now. We got condoms owned by a Black company now. We have those. So yeah, we'll make sure that you get condoms and lube and everything that you need. And also, we'll normally give you a business card. So if you have any questions or anything, you can always contact your tester. You can always contact your tester personally if you have any questions. And And sometimes, most of the time, we give out gift cards. So it's depending on the location and the event that we're doing.
And I just want to add, like, one thing that I do enjoy about testing from a linkage to care aspect is that we get to have that one-on-one interaction with you and get to increase your knowledge about getting tested. Because a lot of times we come in contact with a lot of misconceptions about getting tested and partners being tested and just STIs in general. So that's one thing I do enjoy. But I do want to talk about, because Kaniya, you just mentioned that we have condoms. And another part of our job is to make sure that we distribute condoms to different entities. So along with testing and having condoms there, we also have places where we have condoms already established where we don't test on a usual basis, and you can retrieve our condoms as well. We also have our condom kits, which Kaniya mentioned in the beginning, where we mail them out. So like you can order condoms if you're in the DMV area and have them sent to the comfort of your home. And like she mentioned, you have condoms of all types. We got magnums, dental dam, lube, you name it, silicone, water base, we have it all. So I think that's just another part of linkage to care, that we have so much access to the resources that we have, and we have so many different ways where you can retrieve all these resources.
So yeah, even though we're not out in the field testing now, we, like she said, we do have those available to mail out. So if you need condoms and you're in the DMV area, be sure to hit us up, and we'll send you condoms, lube, and some giveaways that we normally give out when we're out doing outreach. And something else I wanted to add. I also wanted to add that when we're out in the field, we don't do STI testing. But if you want to get STI testing done, we will have a referral form where you can fill out a referral form, and our front desk will give it to them, and they'll contact you to make sure that you're able to come in and set up an appointment to get STI testing done. Now, STI testing isn't free, but it is low cost. And also, if you have insurance or Medicaid, then they more than likely would cover that. And another thing I want to add is that I know that when everything opens back up and we are back out in the field, we will be doing Hep C testing as well.
Yes. And another thing that happens with testing, a lot of times we are testing individuals who are insured under their parents as a dependent, whether they're in college or whatnot. And a lot of times we get the questions is if, oh, will my parents find out? And with the way that we test and the way that we operate, your parents would not have to be privy to that information. So your test results are your test results unless you want to disclose that. We do have a thing called informed consent that we do in the beginning of each test period. So anytime you come in, the first thing we do with that intake process is a informed consent form, which just lets you know your rights when you are getting tested with us. And that's just state-wise and federally as well.
And so I forgot to even talk about what Linkage to Care is. Linkage to Care is a program that works to connect HIV positive individuals to medical care. And even more so now, it's just not about connecting positive individuals to medical care. It's also about, even if you're negative, status neutral, it's also about connecting those people to the resources that they may need too, as like things like condoms, whether you want to get STI testing done and things like that. So that's pretty much what Linkage to Care does. And we are the first point of care at Heart to Hand. So most of the time, the first people that you will see is the Linkage to Care team, unless you go straight into the office. So you want to go into about partnerships?
Yes, the way that Linkage to Care thrives is through partnerships. We connect with so many different people and various different groups, so we can reach the community the way that we would like to reach them, in the way that you need it. So whether that's a church, those who have a history of substance abuse or use, you name it, we're there testing and educating about what we offer at Heart to Hand, and also just sexual health in general. So the way that we thrive is through just, meeting people and having those key stakeholders that we partner with. And sometimes we have our band that we use, and we're just out in the community, testing at different hotspots in the PG County area. So I think our partnerships are really key, but also us putting ourselves out there when it comes to just reaching the community.
Yeah, correct. So we like to call that pop-up testing. So we will do pop-up testing. Like if we don't have any events or anything like going on and we want to get out and test, we will do pop-up testing where we'll take the mobile unit out. Even if we do partnerships, sometimes we'll do the mobile unit. I know that we've done different like health days. I mean, not more so like this year because of the whole pandemic. I know the previous year, which was my first year working there, we did a lot of health fairs, health events, a lot of community days, a lot of back to school activities. We also have partnerships with like nursing homes. We have partnerships with rehab centers. What else? We have partnerships with shelters and things like that. So, if you're somebody who is watching this video and you would like for Heart to Hand, to partner with you to come out and do HIV testing once all this is over with, you can always contact us. Through our website or our social media. You can always inbox us or DM us on our social media pages as well.
And speaking of social media, another way that we link people to care is through our social media. That's something that has emerged since the start of the pandemic. And if you are looking at this video now, you'll see that we have different topics that we discuss that cross sexual health, where we give you more information and still provide that knowledge even if we cannot be in person. So we're pretty flexible on how we provide our services.
Yeah, so exactly. So we're providing HER every week. Every single week, you can go on Tuesday or Thursday, or sometimes you may see a pre-recorded video, but every week we're providing HER. And as far as resources, like I said at the beginning, some of the resources that we have the psychosocial support groups. We have a men's group. The men's group is for men who are living with HIV. The women's support group is for women who are living with HIV, and also the transitional group is kind of for people who are positive, transitioning from youth healthcare to adult healthcare, or just youth to adult period in life. You're trying to navigate through life and you're positive and you need support or help for that. Also, we have a trans support group that is about to start back up for the new year, which I'm the facilitator of. I haven't done it in a couple of months, but it will definitely be back up and running, probably in the month of February for sure. So we're also doing the mail out condoms. Like I said, you can find that on our social media platforms. Also, the rapid at home or quick test kits. We do actually have people who do request them. So that's good. If you don't feel comfortable going in getting testing done, then that's definitely an option. Also, if you want to do STI testing at home, you can go to iwanthekit.org. That's a program through Johns Hopkins where they'll mail you out your STI kit. I've done it myself, so it definitely works. And that's all. Do you have any resources that you want to mention?
Oh, and our PrEP. We have a program that we partner with Mr. And basically we can get help you get access through PrEP through our pharmacy. So if you're interested in that and you're HIV negative, and you just want more information about that, we can also provide that.
Also, that program is done completely online. You can do everything online. You don't have to go into the office or anything like that. So I think that's about it. Do you have anything you want to add before we end?
No, I do want to ask you, Kaniya, what is the most, I guess, what's the most, what do you enjoy most about linkage to care when you're out in the field or doing outreach?
I think the most what I love, I just love to be around people. I think at the beginning when I first started, it was kind of like, I don't know, because I don't really know how to approach people. But I think, once I've gotten used to it, the most part that I enjoy, I'd rather be out in the streets versus being in the office because I like educating people. And I especially love testing people, getting that one-on-one getting that one-on-one experience with a person because when you get that one-on-one experience with a person, you can kind of like you can be yourself, they can be themselves, and you can talk to them like like y'all friends. So they don't be comfortable. It's not coming from a clinical standpoint. It's coming from like we just two regular people having a conversation about sex.
Yes,
What about you?
I love that. It's similar, and I also like that when I teach someone or give somebody some education, they go out and they're more active about their or proactive about their sexual health. So we'll see them regularly getting tested or like, oh, I remember them, and they'll bring their friends. So I love that part about it. And I like the part that you said when we're talking to them like regular people. I just feel like sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking when you're going into the office or the doctor's office or any type of clinical setting and where you're just having a conversation because we both the same human people. We can have a conversation and just be real about it. So yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't have anything else to say. But I do want to say before we close out, don't forget to go to our social media platforms or our website and take use of our mail out condom kits and also take use of our rapid or quick at home test kits. They are both free. Um, the funny thing is, one of my friends went to the store and bought one, and I'm like, now come on now. I'm like, that as much as I talk about these at home test kits, you could have got it for free because in the store, I think they're like, what, like $50, 40, 50, $60. And we're actually mailing them out to your home for free. Like we're mailing them for free and the tests are free. All you have to do is request it and sign a consent form and which we will email to you. So that's really a good source. And also the mail out condom kits are a good source because some places condoms are expensive. We're doing it for free, lube for free. So make sure that make sure that you're in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, or Northern Virginia. Make sure that you reach out to us for those services and also PrEP. If you're interested in PrEP, you can hit us up on social media. You can DM us on Instagram or message us on Facebook. However you can do it because we will get the message and we will reach back out to you. So make sure that you tune in on Friday at 12. Look on Instagram at 12 on Friday, Facebook at 1 on Friday, so you can get the 10 questions to our trivia game. And the first person to send in the answers will receive a gift card of your choice. If you become the winner, you'll get a few options of gift cards and you'll be able to pick which one you want. So we look forward to educating you guys this year for 2021. And just be on the lookout for us. We'll be back next week. We will it'll be myself and I'm partnering with Jotna from the Safe Center. We're going to be talking about human trafficking. The Safe Center is a place for human trafficking. They have a lot of services, but their main focus is people, who are being human trafficked. So that'll be interesting because the month of January is Modern Slavery and Human Trafficking Month, Awareness Month. So be sure to tune in next week. And other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.